In this video, we're going to be focusing on some dynamic posing for your action figures, whether they be for toy photography or just on the shelf. How's it going, everyone? So a while back I did a video called Dynamic Posing, and it focused mainly on doing really cool dynamic poses with Spider-Man. So this video is going to be pretty similar, but in this one is going to be totally focused on Darth Vader. The art of posing an action figure is incredibly important, especially if you're doing toy photography or if you just want your figures to look like they're actually really cool on your shelf as opposed to just looking like a toy. So in this video, we're going to be going over some of the best posing for Darth Vader, how to do it, and just some posing tips overall to get your figures looking like figures to maybe even lifelike, realistic people on your shelf or in your toy photography. This figure right here is actually pretty new. It's the SH Figuarts Darth Vader from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. It's a really great figure, as I've heard, so I'm excited to open it up, see what we've got in here, and see how we can get some really great posing with it. Wanted to also give a quick shout to a couple other Darth Vader figures that would be really cool to do stuff with, and also things you can use if you have these figures instead. So first we have the Black Series Darth Vader figure from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. It's pretty new. I also have like a personal connection to this figure too, because I did use this exact figure to do some official Star Wars art for Disney back when the show came out, and that alone just makes me really have a great memory, and just I'm fond of this figure in general because of it. Plus, it's a good figure. Next is the Tamashii Nations movie realization Darth Vader. If you're familiar with this line, you know how cool this figure is. These are just samurai versions of characters we love and know, especially Star Wars ones. Like, this is such a cool figure. The design is amazing. It's great. It's made by Tamashii Nations. His lightsaber is literally like a samurai katana. It's such a cool concept, and the figure is awesome. Absolutely love these figures. Next is the Hyper Real Darth Vader figure from Hasbro. This is actually a really cool figure, and I love what Hasbro was trying to do here with the wires underneath the rubber body. It's actually really cool, and it looks great, but the longevity of this line I don't think is really going to work. I can't even get him to stand at all anymore, like no matter what I try, because his feet come right off, and you got this weird looking stuff under here. It's also like oily under there, like it's kind of weird, but for a while it was really my go-to Darth Vader figure for shooting, but not so much anymore, as you can tell. But I do give Hasbro props for trying something new, you know? So as always, if you're looking to get some brand new figures, pre-order some new figures, whether they're Japanese imports or not, head to my Entertainment Earth link I have down below. It's my affiliate link. Plus, I've got my discount code below. You can always get just about anything you need there. And also, if you're looking for some older figures, maybe a good deal, or some used figures, head to the Whatnot app. I've got that linked in the description as well. There's always tons of really cool stuff to find there. Plus, I know there's a bunch of Star Wars Figuarts on there right now. Plus, if you use my link below for Whatnot, you'll save some money off of your first purchase. So I couldn't recommend it more. They're both really great places to get stuff. That's what I always recommend. Okay, what do you say we actually open this guy up? So I'm thinking I'll probably make this dynamic posing video style into like a kind of a series. So please let me know what other iconic characters like Vader, Spider-Man you'd like me to do dynamic posing with. And all of these characters have very specific types of poses that only these characters would do. You know, it's perfect to their character. So I think it's worth a video for each one of them. So please let me know which ones you think would be best for videos. So here's the figure, and damn, this figure's legit. This isn't a fantastic figure. There's a lot of really great stuff going on. First of all, I really like the sculpt of Vader's head. I think Vader always looks better when his actual face with the mouth and stuff is a bit smaller, and the headpiece is a little bit bigger than that. Because when you have a long, elongated face, I think he looks a little bit derpy. For instance, the sculpt between the Black Series and this one, the Black Series one is longer, and he just kind of looks like a sad dog over in here, which isn't bad, but he just looks better on this sculpt. I like that a lot. I mean, I can tell the articulation is right where I need it to be just by putting it in this very basic pose. Look at the soft goods. The cape is not only wired in the back along here, and like all through the middle. It's also wired down here on the butt cape cloth, whatever, the waist thing, which that's so cool. There's so much room to do stuff with that. Holy crap, that is just so cool. There's even like a legitimate metal chain around his neck, which, man, that is just so cool. Great job, Figuarts. It comes with some amazing stuff, like this head right here with the broken helmet and the Anakin Hayden Christensen face underneath. Like, that looks so good. Come on, man. Plus, we've got a ton of hands, 2 lightsaber hilts, one to put the blade in, one without. We've got a battle damaged chest plate. Man, it's just, this is like one of the best. Man, I could have made a whole freaking video on this figure. Okay, so 3 major tips with posing figures that I believe are super important. Number 1 is utilize the entire figure. The figure's got tons of stuff. Use the knees, use the ankles, use every joint of the hand, use the neck, use the waist and the chest. Use everything to get what you need out of your figure. To pose him, use everything. Number 2 is use a reference. For Darth Vader, there's a lot of reference material for you to get ideas for poses with. Number 1 is right here on the back of the box of the figure. You're gonna get some great posing ideas right from the back of this. Watch a movie with Darth Vader. There's a few of those I can think of. And get some ideas for posing. Go on Google and just type in Darth Vader pose or Darth Vader. You'll get some great ideas for posing right there. Number 3 is take your time. Take your time. If you're going to do some toy photography, spend some time, sit down, pose the figure first, and make sure you get it right. Take your time, and once you're done, then you can go and set up your shot, take the photo. Because if you go ahead and rush your posing, you're gonna be sacrificing what could be an amazing, way better photo just to hurry it up a little bit. So take your time and pose, come on. Take your time. So the first pose that I put him in is this one. This is just kind of the power of the dark side. Who knows, he's using the Force. It's just a really cool hero pose. And what I did to get this was first I pumped up his chest, puffed up the chest, because that's just like confidence when you got your chest puffed out like that. Then I gave him a little bit of a wide stance, not too wide, we don't want him looking like weird, but a little bit of a wide stance, turned his waist a little bit, and then made sure his arms were kind of pushed backwards too. So, you know, that tough guy stance, chest pumped out, shoulders back, and then making sure the head and neck kind of goes along with what's happening. He's looking towards whatever his hand. So that's mainly important. Man, the chest is super important with that. And with this cape, man, you can do so much with it. So what I try to do with the cape is move it around all in one direction so it looks like the wind is blowing, going up a little bit. Did the same with this down here. And then I also made sure that there's still a little bit of hooking onto his shoulders because that's where it lies realistically. Well, keep in mind, if you're using a camera for photos, whatever, keep in mind some angles benefit your pose a little bit better too. Like right now I have my camera a little bit low, which makes Vader seem big and tall, you know? So make sure you kind of angle your camera in a way that benefits and complements the pose and the figure a little bit too. It's always stuff to think about. Okay, so now I'm going to put Vader in a pose, very classic, very stoic pose from Vader where he's just standing straight with his hands on his belt buckle, just standing menacingly. It's very subtle, but it's a good pose. So let's get started with that. Okay, we're gonna straighten him out. Legs straight, bring his chest back in. We're going to bring his arms down. So to get his shoulders looking in a realistic kind of look where his hands are resting, we're gonna have to put his shoulders back a little bit to make sure they fit nicely with the arm's length on the belt. Then we're going to put the head straight, bring it down a little bit, and we're gonna straighten out the cape so it's resting perfectly, so there's no wind going on. He's just chilling. Okay, so here we go. That's it. Quite a simple and I would say very subtle pose, but sometimes subtlety goes a long way, and it looks like a very classic, idiosyncratic Darth Vader pose, and I'm loving it. I think it looks good. Okay, so let's now get him in a pose, this pose on the back of the box actually, where he's swinging a little bit, not super intensely, but looks really cool. I've got the swinging lightsaber over here, all ready to go, and so let's get that set up. So in the photo, he's taking a slight step with his waist turned a little bit like this. His arm is pretty straight out, and the palm of his hand is still facing upwards, so we're gonna give it a little bit of an arm bend. And so this back arm is actually up like this. We're gonna bend one knee. We're bending his back knee, putting his straightened leg forward, and he's also bent a little bit towards this angle like that. Push down on his feet a little bit, get him to stand. There we go. So in the picture here, his cape is very straight. So let's straighten that up. And so I'm bringing my angle down just a little bit. Gonna face upwards, and now that adds a little bit, and even maybe on a diagonal like that. And that right there adds so much more to it with the angle like that. And now the pose has gotten that much more intense just by messing around with the cape a little bit. Now it's just like chopping down. Like that actually looks pretty sweet, not gonna lie. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so I've got the battle damage stuff on. I've got the broken sliced chest plate as well as the broken face. And I really want to do a pose like he's been defeated by Kenobi at the end of the show. And he's on one knee and he's kind of just defeated. You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker, I did. That's what I'm thinking. So let's get started on that pose. Okay, so we're going to be on this knee here. So we gotta raise his left leg up. Wow, look how nicely that kind of works. So I'm gonna bend his chest and torso area as far down as I can. Have his arm kind of hanging down. So I'm gonna bring this arm here down as if he's kind of resting on his thigh. Bring it down, turn this way, and I'm going to move the cape down too. And there we go, that was it. The thigh and leg articulation is really good, so I was able to get into this kneeling pose quite nicely. And what I do like about this is the cape kind of covers up what's going on back here with the bent knee on the ground, because sometimes that looks a little weird when you're posing your figures. And so he's resting his hand over here on this thigh, which I think looks good. It looks kind of natural. I do wish there was a little bit more torso bending. And his neck, actually, there's not as much movement in the neck as I would have hoped. I mean, he's really bulky, big fat helmet, I get it, but that would have been a little bit nicer, but I still think overall the pose came out pretty good. Okay, so there are two poses left that I really want to focus on in this video, and both of them are just from random pictures I found on Google. And it's really cool because you can just search Google and look for anything Darth Vader or any iconic character, and you can find unlimited amounts of inspiration for poses. And also, if you are enjoying this video, please just consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. This whole entire channel is based off of action figures, toy photography, stuff like this. So yeah, if you are enjoying it, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is the first pose that I want to try here, and it's actually just from a Star Wars puzzle. I like how he's holding the lightsaber and he's got his hands crossed like that. It's just super action-packed, and it's also cut off a lot too, which gives us a little bit of creative freedom with the cape and with the legs and stuff. The hardest part is going to be able to get the hands and everything exactly the way it's showing here. I think that's going to be really tough. I don't think I'm going to be able to get his left hand past the other side of his right like that, but we will see. Okay, so, whoa, right hand is going down like this. And so if you look at the picture, his elbow is way up, kind of like he's up to bat. But he's also got his hand real close to his face. He's got his left one all the way up like this. Get his legs straightened out. Looks like he's got one bent like this. Torso straight. Elbow gotta go right back up there like this. Okay, we're almost there. I am actually kind of finding it easier to try to pose his arms without the lightsaber in it and then putting the lightsaber in after. And yeah, I'm gonna have to get him to hold this like like a harmonica to get it to really work. Okay, and here is the final pose. I'm actually really impressed. For a second there, I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it. It does look a little bit weird and it is a little different than the picture. Yeah, he's holding it a little bit like a harmonica, but it looks pretty intense and it looks pretty cool. Of course, the cape is making it that much more awesome. But yeah, I like it's dynamic, it's different. It really looks like he's doing something action-packed, like blocking or just doing something with his lightsaber. The key was just really following the way the pose looked in the picture, the elbow up like that. Thanks, official Star Wars puzzle, for the great pose. Okay, so my last pose of the night is gonna be this one right here. This is just some like sideshow statue. It's really cool, but I like the pose and that's what I'm gonna be going with here. And I think this might actually be the easiest pose of the night. Yeah, let's get started on this one. Okay, so we've got right leg bent and left leg is straight, going back like this. And he's definitely got some torso twist going on here. This arm is way up, like it's about to swing, and he's reaching out like that. Bend the elbow a little bit more, and is that it? Yeah, I guess that's it. Posing is such an important aspect of action figure collecting, whether it be for toy photography or just making something look cool on your shelf. And if you've got a figure that poses well, it's just a ton of fun. I hope this video gave you a few tips or maybe even just gave you some inspiration with your posing for your action figures. And if you did enjoy it, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.